Oh, I clicked it. Let's give her a shot. Let's give her a refresh.
It works.
Dude,
We're live.
We're technical geniuses at this point now.
I think so.
Man.
Well, apologies, everyone. I was getting a delicious drink on this evening.
What's it called?
Oh, don't need to worry about that. Anyways, I'm Ryan.
I'm Colin.
This is Duel of the Fans. And if you noticed, we're actually we dressed up this evening. Colin and I are both wearing black. Uh and that is to show some
The death of.
yeah, the death of this show, essentially. We are we are here to mourn the loss of Skeleton Crew,
Man.
taken before its time. Um,
This
y-
was a rough ending. This hurt. This really hurt. I enjoyed most of the episode up until the last 5 minutes, and I was like just sitting here in awe of that. Like, with that's how it's ended.
so
Obviously, like you said, they're trying to set up season two, but that's not how you leave a show
oh
on an ending.
well, I mean that is how you leave a show. Um, if you don't really care about concluding a story or like giving the audience like an enjoyable, satisfying end to. I'm still at a loss right now. I'm kind of. We took a little bit longer watching than normal because I had to pause it a few times, and I apologized to Colin because like there were things in the episode that were making me so mad or so frustratingly like stupid, and you're like, I'm losing all immersion here.
Non-stop, the whole episode, basically.
It was just like I really feel like this episode there was so much shoehorned in to make it a season finale episode, and it's like it just didn't work.
So, what were the main things that really took you out of the story on this?
Okay, so the story itself made zero sense. So Jod has a ship that he can fill with credits, which he does, and fly it out of the barrier. He can do this as many times as he wants,
Yeah,
and no one's going to stop him.
yeah.
Instead, he decides to go see the supervisor to get permission to bring the big ship down so like everyone can like
See it, I guess.
and like load credits onto it. I mean like if you had the ability to like lift metallic objects, without touching them, like you could probably move some credits with like
There's definitely like power lifts and forklifts and
he has
stuff like that.
force, man.
Yeah,
That's what I'm trying to say. Like Jod could just like move some credits into
he
his ship,
ain't moving stacks like that.
move something, but like so he could fly back and forth. Instead, it's like I have to bring the ship down, so I have to go to the supervisor. The supervisor was such a letdown. We kind of discussed that it could yes be a droid, but like I just are we losing audio here?
Fireheart said audio is off. I don't quite know what's going on just yet. I'm gonna
Oh
play around
no.
with it. Keep going, keep going.
Well, I hope they can hear this. This is quite something. I feel like just everything was really silly. Like, what's the point of the pirates coming down to the planet? Then what's the point of like shooting the populace up? You need them to work for you, like instilling fear. I don't know. Like you didn't need to do any of this. Jod could have just stolen credits without anyone being the wiser, and like great, and he can like come to and from the planet when he wants and take credits and like I don't get any of it. And then like with these action scenes, like they're on I want you to fathom this. They're on bicycles being shot at by guys in flying armored weapons of war. Like like they're on bikes.
That was definitely hard to watch.
It's like
They
lame,
missed
and like
every
they miss
shot.
every shot. Like
Every shot.
it makes everything feel less intense when you know the heroes can survive 10 minutes of like driving through open fields being shot at. I got so mad at
Yeah.
Wim's dad. There's just
1 second. Fireheart, is that any better? Will you let us know, please and thank you? Why did you get mad at Wim's dad?
that line. of like the power's out. He says that he goes to the electric vehicle and he can't get it started, and his son has to be like, the power's out, it won't work. And his dad's like, oh, okay, we'll walk then. You're the adult, like the power's
So
out. Like,
I think he's just a big dumb idiot. I don't think he's really like the brains or anything of the operation, which is crazy because we kind of thought like the whole season that he was being super suspicious and had something to do with something. But I think he's just like super sheltered and never been out,
yes, and I totally
and
agree with
he's
that.
just like kind of dumb, you know? He's not street smart at all. So whenever anything goes down, he's completely useless.
And I can appreciate that maybe they wanted to show you how Wim had grown as a character,
Yeah.
and like we saw him taking charge and leading
Yeah.
his father. I get that, but then like I don't know, like like they're trying to force growth in like this very short time. Like they're having a meal together, they're getting shot at by the bikes, they're going to do the power, then they're fighting with John, and then it's like blow the barrier, save my life, and it doesn't matter because we're gonna blow the barrier anyways. So much of that makes no sense. So again, John, like, what are you doing, bud? What? Why does the supervisor stop functioning when it takes damage to the big glowing eye? Why?
I didn't like that it was a droid. You called it beforehand that it was a droid. I didn't like that it was a droid. I feel like there was so much hype for it to just be let down by this like R2 head. And, and if the thing you got an amazing point. If the thing is 12 meters across in each direction, how is the little
I
stab to
like.
the eyeball
How long is a lightsaber blade? What are they? You sell.
like 36 inches?
Turns out to kill this planet, you just got to penetrate 36 inches of robot eye,
Yep.
and you win.
Yep.
That bothered me so much. So, like, what? He stabs the eye, and the entire planet's like, oh, guess we're just gonna die now.
So I guess everything was run from that one thing. No backup generator, no nothing.
So, does that also
So
mean that?
okay, so hold up. You're telling me this planet is harboring like hundreds of billions of credits, and they don't have a backup for if their droid that can't defend itself at all or do anything
Oh,
goes down from
stupid.
one little lightsaber stab.
God.
9 people watching. This is amazing. Thank you, everybody.
Maybe they're in shock too of
Tell
how
me what you
bad
guys
this episode
think.
was. Yeah, okay. I need a moment to decompress. Let's hear from the fans. What did you think of the episode this evening? Did you enjoy it? Did it make the Skeleton Crew an enjoyable series? I almost threw up saying that. Were you disappointed? Did you have other expectations?
Sound doesn't line up with your video, but I can hear you. I mean, at least we've got audio and it's working. I don't know kind of what to do there, but we'll
Ah,
keep going. Anyways, 10 people watching. This is like a first for us, I think. I think we're absolutely killing
thank
it.
you, everyone.
Skeleton
Appreciate
Crew.
it. Okay, so ranting. So, let's touch again. I didn't just dislike it. I thought this episode was like,
So you didn't like the whole thing?
no.
Like there
Okay,
was parts of
wait.
it that I really liked. Like
There's moments.
yeah, like when the kids were coming together and doing all these things and having their little moments together and like
Cool.
the kids killed it. Like the kids in this episode I thought were great. I think everything else was kind of lackluster and like didn't really make sense. Maybe it is supposed to be a kids show, right? Maybe kids are enjoying that more because they're not looking as deep into it. I don't know. But I mean, I think the kids really stole the show, the whole show,
Yeah.
and all of them and their character arcs were fabulous. Jod's character arc was you kept saying the metaphor where like it's like the hurdles and they're making every single hurdle until the very last one it just crushed. Like I thought
Just
Jod
tricked
was
his.
great up until this episode where it was like you did absolutely nothing.
What?
Like
What did he do?
he sat there and argued with a bunch of people
Everything
and
was
was like,
argued.
I'll kill anybody to get what I want, and then goes, I don't want to hurt you.
I don't want to hurt you, but I lied.
Hundreds of billions of credits for what you came here for. You stole the fleet. You're bringing the fleet in.
Shot Wim's father. You almost shot the. You almost killed all these people. I I guess I
Also,
don't want to.
keyword being almost. No, nothing happened to anybody.
Okay. At any point
Nothing
when
happened
the
to anybody.
kids were on bicycles being shot at by these, I don't fat. I just this. Okay. Anyways, did you think that the kids were gonna get shot at any point?
No.
And then Neil gets hit, and you're like, oh, maybe some consequences. And the little kid's like, no, I'm fine. Go on without me. He was like 4
That
feet
was
from
crazy.
them.
That
It's like, go on without me. And it's like, you're right there. So then they leave the kid who has the shortest, like, stride to wreck it halfway across at Atten to get to a turbo laser. But he barely gets out of it time because he can barely walk. Oh my god.
Also, the extra seat was not used for Fern.
Yes, okay, so we called it because like a bunch of the hover bikes had extra seats, and we're
Man.
like, are they gonna pick up Fern? I thought Quinn was gonna go get uh Neil and put him on his bicycle. I like the callback when they jumped the
Yeah, that was
gorge.
super
Okay,
cool.
great.
That was super
And
cool. That's what I
and
mean. Though, it had its moments where
it
it's
had
just so
little
good.
moments. There
Like
was like,
I was like, yeah, let's go,
okay, listen,
KB.
if my dog eats like a pair of like gold earrings and I have to like find him the next day, like searching through the turd, like I will find some gold, but still searching through turd.
That's fair.
That's
That's
the
fair.
show.
Yep. All right. I got a couple comments I gotta read here. Did they ever say what the great work is, or are
Oh,
we to assume that
oh, let's get on to the
sheltered like the movie The Village Style?
let's get on to the great work.
The great work
What
is
was all that
the
about?
great work is just them making the credits.
For who? No one showed up on that planet.
The emissary when they come.
No emissaries showed up.
Well, that's to my impression. That's what the great work is, because that's what Jod said. He's like, you continue with the great work.
But who's the great work for? Like, okay, they're making
The robot head.
like they're just making credits. Okay, and this is my thing too. We're gonna get
How?
we're gonna break down Star Wars. They've just destroyed the entire galactic economy. They're gonna flood the economy with all these dataries. Like,
Worth so much money.
oh,
Okay, but also how are they
oh.
getting these credits? Are the planet just gold? Like, is the
Okay.
planet just all gold?
Okay, so
Is
great
it
point. Okay,
manufactured? Like, what is it? How?
you know what? I would love if we could watch an episode of a show in a series, maybe just a little something.
Like behind the scenes or
Listen,
something?
yeah, I don't need you to like spell everything out, but like give me something to work with. What was the great work?
Okay,
A
then
great
we've got.
letdown.
I like the finale a lot. I
Oh.
think it was rushed. Queen Fireheart. They all had small child plot armor, and I was never scared they would get hit. That was I had a
Okay,
big
so
problem
so
with this show.
here's my thing with this, and I was thinking about the entire time. There is no need for the pirates to actively be shooting the kids because you know they're not going to get hit.
That's fair.
So make it set that the kids are sneaking through the town, trying like undetected or something, like
That's
so
fair.
that like the intensity is like not that they're going to get shot, but that they're going to get caught.
Yeah.
Because you can believe that they're going to get caught.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? That's where the
Good
not
point.
just like I don't know 5-10 minutes of like actively shooting and like missing.
Very good point. I feel like now Disney Star Wars is really trying to go for like the old style Star Wars, like George Lucas Star Wars speeder chases. Like, the pod racer, episode 6, Endor, like episode 2 when they're chasing Zam Wessel, episode 3, like we've got Obi-Wan and Grievous.
Okay,
Like
so
we've got like
you're saying there's
amazing.
a chase like a chase staple.
Yeah.
Okay.
But none of the Disney chases have landed like those old chases, and I feel like they just keep going for it. And like I feel like that's kind of what that was, because it was good. It was cool. Like the jump was cool, but that's again
What
when the
makes it
pirates
different though?
weren't there.
Because like the prequels use CGI, and like I mean I
What
wasn't,
makes them different is just the impact, the goodness, the
but like the the characters, the setting, you know what I mean? Like my least favorite would be Attack of the Clones, the bounty hunter chase, because I feel
it
like
was
it's too
fabulous.
CGI.
It was
But like
fabulous.
in the context of what it is, it's cool. Falling through like the Coruscant streets, and I can appreciate that.
Something
I
everybody wants to
oh
see more
wait,
Coruscant streets.
the one thing I did enjoy in this, the one kind of brief scene is when Wim and his dad were going under like the aqueducts, and like there was like all the cover, and the blaster fire was hitting the cover.
Yeah,
Because that was literally the only time I was like, oh, it makes sense that they're not hitting him.
yeah,
And then every other time I'm like, they're in the open.
yeah.
How were you like? They're on a bike.
You were hyped for that though. You were like,
It's
"This is gonna be
okay,
dope."
it's troop carrier versus a dude on a bicycle.
Yeah.
And they're like, he's getting away, and it's like, I don't know, do something. Like,
Also, how did Jod not like the whole whim showing up in the elevator and then Dad turning on the power? Like, and then Jod just does nothing about it after he instantly disarms all of them. He's like, "Yeah, power's cool."
Yeah, it does make him turn
Like
off.
you know what I mean? Like it was such a big deal
Doesn't.
that we went to do that, and then nothing was done about it.
And another thing too that he almost shoots his dad. But he's not going to because he can't shoot like the kid's dad, and and have any
Yeah,
consequence. So, but it's like super close. Again, you've handled a firearm. You know how dangerous they are. Like
yeah,
even at one point, Fern and her mother are sitting together, and he like takes a shot between the two of them to be like, stop whispering. And you're like, dude,
yeah,
dude, she sneezes and you put it through her head. Like,
yeah.
he's been, like, don't treat. So I dislike that they're treating these blasters so, like, frivolously. Like, a blaster should be like, you know what I mean? Like, Fern had one and, like, didn't want to use it at the beginning, and you're like, oh,
True,
cool. You know what I mean? Like, they're,
true.
when, like, it just bothers me in, like, movies and stuff when, like, there's no consequences to all this shooting and, like, okay, like in the episode where the kids had to go on the front line of the war,
Yeah,
you were like nervous. You're like, oh my god, these kids are gonna get it.
yeah.
Meanwhile, at the end here, they're
We
like
didn't feel that at all.
the odds are, you know what I mean?
Word. We've got a couple other viewers here. What did you guys think of that finale? We need
Yes,
to hear from you guys.
and you need to
You know,
stop. I need to breathe right now.
I think we should show this off too.
So, I think, as you can see, it's great here.
That is pretty dope. That is pretty dope.
That is from a fan. So thank you very
Thank you.
much.
That is super cool. I love that. That's gonna be a centerpiece for quite some time. I love it.
Oh, look at that, perfect
That's
height.
yeah. That's beautiful. Anyways, yeah, back on track. Um, terrible ending. Terrible ending. Great show. Terrible ending.
Does it make it a great show if the ending's bad?
That's a good
Is it
question.
still okay? Wait a second. Here.
That's a
Oh
good
my
question.
god. The internet's gonna crucify me. The Acolyte had a better ending.
I love it.
It's a worse show with a better ending than Skeleton Crew that was a better show with a worse ending. I would rather watch the season finale of Acolyte any day of the week. Right? Did that season finale not go hard?
Dude, that whole show went hard.
Oh, the internet's gonna crucify me. But like,
I think, yeah, definitely. Definitely, I agree with you. Definitely.
this sucked. How do you describe it?
That's a good question, though. Does having a bad ending make the show bad?
Yes, it does.
Does it, eh?
Because you've invested so much time and like we knew at the okay, Jod's gonna get away and they're setting up for season 2 and that. Oh man. Okay, even this.
Okay, hold up.
Hold
Clean
up.
Fire Heart
Hold
said,
up.
I swear I've heard you say the opposite before. It was a bad show, but it had a good ending, so it was good. But we can't say it was a good show with a bad ending.
Wait. So she said that we've said a bad show with a good ending makes it a good show.
So the ending makes or breaks it for you.
Yes, that's what. Yeah. Right. Yes.
So yes.
Well, because
This is confusing. I'm getting confused. I swear I've heard you say the opposite before. It was a bad show, but it had a good ending, so it was good. So the ending makes it or breaks it.
that's what I'm saying. The ending is like can make or break a show. Okay, spoiler alert for a show that's like 10 years old. Breaking Bad. It's a whole like the last season's fantastic, but like the second last episode, the third last episode, the second last episode, the last episode, it just it's a beautiful show. It makes everything, and then they went on to do like Better Call Saul and like El Camino because it was so good and nicely like done. I feel like this stuff gets rushed, and they're planning for a sequel, and they're like, Skeleton Crew season 2 is going to be so good where we explore all these ideas, and it's like, I don't care to see it now because the ending sucked.
I I don't know if I fully agree with that one. I would definitely want to see more, and I feel like that's why this ending sucked for me. Was we ended it on a note where it was way too open. I get leaving it
That's what I'm
open,
saying.
but like having it that open, like it's frustrating.
I completely agree. It's you left so many. You left us wanting. It's like another hook, like the week to
Yeah,
week hook. They're like, here's a big hook for, and it's like, but you didn't earn that one. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like, we should have gotten the whole thing explained. That Atten is ruined.
yeah. Those
Why
kids,
are the pirates just shooting at it? Then why do the X-wings take the ship down in the middle of the city?
those kids went on their little journey and destroyed their planet.
Those kids are ruined for life.
Pulled the thing down, destroyed the barrier, gone. She gone.
Ruined. Those kids, like the repercussions that those children are gonna grow up and like have to live through. Oh my god, there's not enough therapy in the galaxy to help those children.
Yep, they're gonna get bullied, to say the least.
They destroyed an oasis. They like
Do you think Wim is going to be a Jedi? Let's talk about some future possibilities.
so okay. So we discussed that at the end. The finale was his book that he was reading.
Yeah.
That character was the same one, had the ponytail all the way through, and at the very end there was four characters, and it looked like the four of them. So I think it was meant to be that like that character is Wim potentially going on a journey. Now hear me out. Hear me out. This was another thing that bothered me. So we got a little bit of a backstory about Jod being rescued by a Jedi who was like on the run or scavenger or whatever,
Yeah.
who then got hunted down and killed.
Yeah.
Better idea. The Jedi abandons him. Okay?
Yeah.
He doesn't know why, and he takes it that like he left her or something. Then in season 2, maybe you discover this Jedi or something or whatever, and like she's the one who trains Wim or whatever.
Mm.
That's a cool little like,
That'd
you know
be
what I mean?
cool. I like that.
Because
That'd
there
be
was
pretty
that like
dope.
female in that story. You see, like
Yeah.
he deals with like some sort of female mentor
Yeah.
and brings it back to life. Wouldn't it be cool if it was like,
Man, that
you
would be
know?
dope. We need to get Ryan on the rating
But he
board over
had to
here.
be like, no, we oh, I watched her die, so that'll make me kill anyone I want, but I don't actually want to kill anyone. In the span of like 3 sentences or three like speeches, he goes from like, I'll kill, or like, I'm ruthless, I'll kill anyone. I don't want to kill
I don't
anyone.
want to hurt anybody.
I'm sorry.
I feel like that story, like yours, is definitely cooler, but like that one is just kind of boring. We didn't get any information really, like who killed her, who was it, when was it.
I don't need everything spelled out, but you could have had a throwback. Like
I do kind of like
you
that
you
though.
could have said the Inquisitors hunted her down. Cool.
I like a little more. I like a flashback.
I know you can't get a flashback for because she's a nothing character. She doesn't matter.
Yeah, but what if she does?
But not everyone does in Star Wars.
Yes, I know.
Because then we get into like, the
I
bartender's
know.
backstory.
Not everybody likes that. Not everybody likes fan service. Saying nobody likes Star Wars. Anyways, hit a like if you're here. That'd be dope. Let us know. We've only heard from Queen Fireheart so far.
Yeah,
Know
let's
what
hear
you
from
guys
you
think.
guys more. Just decompressing. I didn't enjoy it. I did not. It's not like it ruined my life, but I thought it was so disappointing. I think that's what I'm so frustrated with. It was a good show that had like a lot of potential that just kind
We
of
were so hyped for tonight. Like we were so hyped for tonight. I messaged you like yesterday and today. Freaking talked about it all day. I've been looking forward to this. I've been looking forward to this, and now I'm like,
uh,
what's next?
maybe they could have done 2 more episodes when they get back to Ed Atten. Like a
They
quiet,
did,
like
didn't it? Wasn't the first one?
yeah, they kind of got bad. Like
I
this,
guess
you
the
know what I mean?
ending, yeah.
Like this whole thing about like the pirates landing and rounding people up, and it all just seemed to happen so fast. Like X-wing showing up, we saw like no like sad like conclusion to like the barriers down now. No discussion between like the pirates, the New Republic, and like the.
I think Queen Fireheart has an excellent point here. I think there were a lot of fun cinematography shots. 100% agree. Star Wars kills that.
Yeah,
Like the ship coming in through the barrier
yeah,
and the final
yeah,
crash with John watching. 100%.
yeah,
Those were amazing.
yep.
The vault was also just amazing. Yeah.
Neil in the bath, amazing.
Yeah. Oh, we lost the light source here.
Yeah, we're losing
Bear
lights.
with us.
Um, SM33
Okay,
coming back.
yes, that was dope. I got one. Queen Fire, you said you really liked this finale. Tell us why and what you really liked about the finale. And maybe change our opinion on why.
Oh, they don't have to take the assessment anymore. That was a good point. None of them have to take the assessment, right? Because they
Why?
they blew up the planet.
That's dumb. Why was that even a thing?
Oh,
Like, so basically they were
oh!
like, we're just never going to put the planet back together?
I was waiting for the part where Wim was holding the saber and Jod is reaching out. I was waiting for him to turn it on, the saber gets pulled and like goes through John, like that's how he kills him, or it, like hits his dad. I don't know. Anyways, fans,
You called that. That was sick.
yeah.
That would have been the play. 100%. That would have been the play.
Well, I think we might do a as much as I don't want to sit through it again. I think we need to do a rewatch of this.
The whole series.
Yeah, in one kind of go, and really take it in again, and really give our thoughts.
Take it like a movie.
Yeah, 6 seasons of movie. Anyways, fans, for those of you that joined us tonight, thank you. For those of you that participated in chat, we really appreciate it. For those of you watching after the fact, we also appreciate you.
Yep.
Comment, please. We do check, and we want to have more discussions. I really want to know how everyone feels about this. I'm very curious to see the reception
Yep.
on the internet. I want to watch some of the other um, Star Wars influencers and see kind of their thoughts. And
That's a good point. I think we should definitely do that. Yeah.
yeah,
See if maybe we're just crazy.
yeah. So
Compare our thoughts to their thoughts.
I think this is one of the weaker episodes.
Yeah, of course. Queen Fire said, I like that it was right about the droid supervisor, and you guys second guessed me last week. That's funny. I like it. I think that I viewed it as what it is, and a kids show is going to have these fun, wow, they did it moments. If you accept the cheese as cheese, it's fun. Very good points. Very good points. And that's kind of what I was saying when you were talking about the blasters. I was like, kids don't like on it. It's just kids don't get that. It's a kids show.
I think maybe again my problem is, and like people were leaving the chat because they're getting vocal. I think the severity of it. If it happens once or twice, it's cool. If it keeps happening, it just seems silly. If these
Too
things are
much.
shooting for a while and they're not hitting and there's no
Yeah,
reason,
yeah.
it just seems like,
Word.
oh come on.
They should have had like their first round to shoot on. Then when they got in cover, that's it. Instead of going back out 3 times.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
I agree. Yeah, definitely. I agree.
That felt like padding. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Guys, comment. Let us know your thoughts. We'll touch base on them next week. We'll rewatch. We'll get back to you.
Yeah, I don't know if we'll do a
Subscribe.
rewatch next week, but I think
Oh,
maybe
definitely not.
I think
That's a
maybe
lot.
next week we'll just
We'll touch base on this stuff.
yeah,
like,
we'll just
the
kind of
thoughts and
talk about what the internet's saying collectively on this. You know how the reviews have come out, and yeah, give your thoughts.
we'll
So,
talk
anyways,
about
thank
what's
you guys.
coming up next.
Again, like, subscribe, share.
I like it.
Join us when we do our live cast here, and yeah,
This was the finale of Skeleton Crew. Woohoo! Haterade. All right.
awesome. Till next time.